What's going on, everybody? Welcome, and today I'm here to give a full guide on how I got to A-1000. Let's get right into it. So I'm gonna go over some couple of steps that I did, a couple of strategies that I did, and specified by every room that is recommended, and the stuff that I did. And I'm gonna go over it by one, so I'm probably gonna have like a bunch of timestamps in this video. So if you are not here to watch the entire video, then you can use the timestamps. And yeah, I hope it's useful and I hope you have fun watching. Let's first start off with buying 2 lockpicks, because you need 2 lockpicks to open the door to rooms in general. I would also recommend buying the flashlight and the vitamin pills, because flashlight is just very good, because there are a lot of batteries that you can find in the rooms. And you can also use the manual flashlight, or shake light it's called, I think, in the rooms, but I would not recommend using that one at all, because it makes a lot of noise, and it's also like it doesn't really create light, a good light source, because you have to move it the entire time to actually use it, or like you have to shake it to actually use it, which is very annoying. So yeah, that's a thing at first. Then for vitamin pills, I would say it's very useful and recommended, because if you have a double encounter like A120 and A90, or A60 and A90, you have to stand still, but also at the same time, when it's completely done, you have to also run further to get into a locker. So that's why I would say that vitamin pills are recommended, because it's very, very unfortunate to get those type of double encounters. So that's why I told you to buy vitamin pills. If you're walking this way, opening the door like that, and you suddenly have to stop because of A90, then you can use the pills and run away to get into the locker quicker, so that you don't die. You know what I mean? And for the lockpicks, you just need 2 lockpicks to open the door to get to rooms in the first general. So yeah, that's about it. Now let's go over to the monsters first. A60 is pretty much almost the same like Rush, I would say. There's at least very similar to Rush. A60 is the entity with the red thing. It spawns around door 60, and once it spawns, it has a unique vibrating low-pitched noise. When it comes, and when you hear it, just jump into a locker. There's not anything else you have to do except jump into a locker if you find a locker. And that's like mostly about it, I think. The most you need to do is just jump into a locker, wait until it's gone. If you don't hear it anymore, then you are free to go forward into the rooms. Then you have A90, which is a entity that has a heavily distorted face. A90 likes to spawn inside of your screen. It pops up in your screen. Once it appears, it has like a blocked image. It pops up a blocked image in your screen. Once it pops up in your screen, you need to entirely not move. Don't move with your camera. Don't move with your whatever. Not with your keyboard. Not with your mouse. You can press E, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't had a lot of times. I pressed E and I still was able to enter the locker. But I would not recommend trying that at all. Just wait until it's gone and then jump into a locker. And if he catches you moving, he will do 90 damage and have the loudest jump scare in the world. And the jump scare just looks like ambush, but like pixelated, I guess. It's just very weird. But do not move when you have A90. Now we have A120 or A200. Is similar to A60, but it has like different sound cue, and it spawns into the next door that you opened Like, for example, you open the door for A120, and then if you hear the sound cue, it spawns on A121. So you have to run back, jump into a locker. And I would not recommend touching anything on your keyboard or your mouse, because I'm not sure if he can sense you in the locker if you're moving. But I'm not sure if he's able to do that. Its sound cue sounds like a metallic sound, which metallic thumps, I guess. People also call it ghost drums, I think. I would rather call it ghost drums because it makes a lot more sense. I would recommend staying into the locker completely once you are able to confirm that it's completely gone. And it is able to bounce back. It is really able to bounce back.
Ik zag hem de grond ingaan.
Stay into the locker until you're able to confirm that it's gone. If you're not able to confirm, just wait. Because it is very unfortunate to die to a monster when you're very ahead in the game. It is way slower than A60, but that's because else you would not be able to have any time to run away from A120 because you have to track back to a locker. Do not get ahead of yourself at all. That's a thing that's very important to know during this entire run. So yeah, that's all the monsters that I had to go over. So the first thing you need to do, of course, is get to room Ace, or get to the rooms in general. So if you didn't know how to do it yet, then I will show you right now how you are supposed to get to the rooms. So let me show you. You grab the key, and you go back, and you open the door. So the first things, the obvious things you need to do is have at least 250 gold, by the way. That's a very important thing. Very important to note. You need 250 gold to at least buy the key. That is like the minimal thing you need to buy. Hey, yo! Yo! I haven't seen that one before. And I'm always looking around for those fan-made entity paintings because they're so cool and original. The concepts of depth, greed, and silence are so original. Well, maybe original, but I really love the idea of the three. At least get 250 gold. That is like that's number one, step one. Else you will not be able to enter the rooms in general, and that will be a loss. Because that's the whole point of this video, to get to room 250, or to the rooms at least. Okay, another important thing is maybe get a little more gold than 250, just in case, because Jeff also sells lighters and a flashlight sometimes, which is very, very useful in case you lose and run out of batteries. Got the key. Let's get out of this dark room. Thank you. Now we have this seek encounter. Sorry, I'll enable the music just for entertainment purposes. And we go forward, and we look at how far behind he is. Elbozo. Why is glitch here? Okay, so now that you've gotten to door 50, you can see that figure runs this way. But he always managed to spawn like right there. For some reason, figure likes to spawn over here. So you can always just like take a couple of steps and then he goes back up. That's what he does. That's the first thing he does, always. I'm pretty sure that he always does that. What I always like to do in door 50 is completely turn down the music. Like, completely turn it down. And then just listen if you can hear the books, like, glinster. You can hear the... As you can hear the little glinster from the books. Which makes it, like, easier... If you turn off the music, it makes it so much easier to be able to hear the books. Which is very nice to finding out the location of the books. He always walks in a certain specific path. Oh, what? And he's going to the middle now, probably. Oh, he's not. What? Okay, this is new. Okay, for some reason, Figure is now probably going upstairs again, I'm sure. Wait, what? Well, anyways, this is how you complete door 50 easier. Or have a bigger chance on completing door 50. And that is just listening to books and then completely just look at what he's doing and like make a brain note in what path he's walking. Because it's very useful to find out which path he walks so that you can like pretty much just use it against him. As you can see right here, he's going back this way and he's just walking in like a sort of square-ish thingy. Hello, hello. It's future me mentioning some stuff again because I forgot to mention because I was recording and talking at the same time, which makes me forget stuff. Whoopies. Some tips that I forgot to mention is try to avoid Figure as much as possible. If he gets close, then just jump into a locker. He walks faster with every book that you pick up in the library. And when you're picking up the paper from the desk, it attracts Figure, so remember to run away directly after when you're picking up the paper in a safe route. Some recommended strats that I got for library is pick up the books from the bottom floor first and completely wipe the whole first floor. Because it's way easier to track down books on the second floor if you manage to completely wipe the first floor. Just wipe it completely down until no books can be tracked or found completely. Then go move on to the top floor or the second floor. Another thing is if you notice Figure getting closer when you're at the desk after picking up the paper, just back in the corner to the left staircase while being crouched. And another thing you need to remember is you need the paper to complete the puzzle. That's on the desk. I also found a chart that has the possible trajectory or approximate Figure trajectory of his walk path, which also includes safe zones, the place where he spawns, closets and bookshelves. So you just have a bunch of time. Look around over here. Look if you find all the books. And then just grab all the books. Sit in this corner because this corner is pretty much safe if you are crouched. Please note that if you walk into this corner, then he will get you. Just because, so if you crouch into this corner, I'm pretty sure most of the time you will be fine. And then you just sit in this corner, grab the paper, figure out what the code is by just typing out what it is, then copy so that you don't lose it, and just put it in. And then you move on. And that's all you need to do. Very easy. If you get the hang of it, if you manage to get the hang of it, it's very simple. And you just have to look at what he's doing. So now that we're at Jeff, I like to use vitamin pills if they are for sale and get the skeleton key. And if it's very lucky, you manage to get another lockpick. So that's always very nice. It's not really needed because you always need to. But you know, it just makes it like a little faster to go to certain rooms if you are going up to against locked rooms. That's probably a fake. I like to buy another lockpick. Because... Oh, it's just Screech. God damn. Darn. It scared the crap out of me. I like to buy... Like, it's not really necessary to buy another lockpick. But it just makes it getting to door 60 very more... Very... Oh, correct. Well, I used vitamins for nothing. Cool. Was there even a wardrobe in the last room, or what? Why should there be no wardrobe in the last room? There literally wasn't. You can't do that to me, buddy. You spawned in here, and then you do that to me. Really? How dare you? I used 30 Robux for that dumb incident. But in these kind of cases... Wait, what? Don't tell me door 60 is glitched now because of that issue. Wait, did I walk past it? No, this is Huh? I'm so confused right now. Wait, is it the next room? Hang on. Wait, what? What is going on? Am I... Wait, what? You don't understand how confused I am right now. I think... I don't... What? Wait. Is the door open in another room now? Wait, no, go back. Because this is supposed to be then the big room, isn't it? Wait, huh? Is it the next room? Dude, I'm so confused right now. I don't think you understand. I think I'm missing something. I'm playing like an... Oh! There we go. So does that mean the door is open right here? Ah, okay. So normally... Okay, normally you have to... but I guess I did something and it was completely different this time. I don't care. Anyways, once you get to the rooms... you get to the rooms eventually. Just click on continue run.
3 hours later.
And you get to this place. This is how you get to the rooms. Congratulations, you have probably earned an achievement if you didn't enter the rooms before. And if you did, congratulations, you entered your worst nightmare. In these type of rooms, like these type of rooms, I call this the 4 locker room. You just open the door, jump into a locker. Wait if you can hear anything about 6 to 8 seconds. If you don't hear anything, just chill out, move forward. Then if you stumble across this room specifically, the strategy that I used in here is I walk to the door, like this little line you see that's connecting to this part and this part, right here. If you walk over that line, the door opens. So if you walk over that line, the door opens, and I like to quickly jump into a locker right after if you have like a 60 or a 120 encounter. And if not, then just keep going, move forward. This is what I call the decoy locker room, what I would call, because it has these lockers, but they're not lockers that you just can enter, as you can see. They're fake, and these are lockers that you can enter. So you have to be very careful of these lockers. But once you get to a certain door, like door 120, door 60, etc, etc, and you stumble across these rooms, what I like to do to completely ignore encounters of entities is just casually open the door and immediately jump into this locker. There's always a locker in these lockers that is right next to the door to the left. And then I like to sit here and just listen if you can hear something stumble across. If you hear an entity, just sit down, wait until the encounter is finished. If you don't hear anything, just keep moving. You do not have to use your flashlight until like around room 100 or 120, because in those rooms it gets really dark. This is like a room. This is a room that is very unfortunate to get, I would say. This is a very long gap that you need to walk back on if there's a fast A60 or A120 encounter. I think it's at the edge of this one. Like that, you hear the A60, just run back, jump into the locker. Like that's what I meant with a fast A60 encounter. It's really fast. This is what I call the bridge room. The bridge room is very unfortunate with a lot of entities, because usually you have a room after that and there is no locker in that room, usually. So what I like to do is quickly just carefully step back, step to the right, open the door, immediately run back, stand about over here or here, and listen if you can hear. If you're not able to hear the entities, by the way, just immediately run back, jump into a locker, and then wait like about 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8 seconds until you can see if there's an encounter that run by or run past. And if not, you can move forward and move to the next room. Like this is what I mean. A lot of the times these type of rooms are after the bridge. There's usually no locker in this room most of the time. So that's why I run back to the locker, because there is no locker here to hide in this room. And there's almost always a room, this type of room after the bridge. So I like to run back and jump into that locker or that locker, it's whatever you prefer. And then just wait until it's safe so that you can move forward. This is what I would like to call the office room. There are 4 lockers in this room. Like 2 of them that you see in the front are doors that I would recommend using if there is a 60. So you just walk in, you see the chair. You can notice from the chair that this is an office room. So that means there is a locker right to the left or to the right. And if you are with a friend, like 1 friend or 2 friends, just communicate which locker you're gonna jump in, and just wait until A60 passes by, moves on. If there is no encounter of A60, I would like to do like your friends. If you're in a party, just let them stay into that locker. Don't let them get out. Then just open this door by standing like somewhere over here, and then jump into the locker. If there is no encounter, y'all can move forward. But if there's A60 or A60 or A120, you can just wait until he's done. This is just a room with 1 locker. They usually don't spawn in these rooms if you're in a party, because there is only 1 locker, which means that you are literally screwed. Like there's no way that you can hide from A60 or A120 if they would spawn in this room, except for if there is a room back. Like if this room had 4 lockers or 8 lockers, then you would have been good. But if this is just a normal room like this, and you get into this room, they usually do not spawn, just in case of not being soft blocked or soft locked, of getting killed by A60 and having no chance to escape. It's like an interesting room. This is what I would call kitchen. I've never really seen a mob spawn into this room before. Like I've had 5 or 6 runs where I got pretty far, but I don't think I've ever seen them spawn into this room. So, but if it does happen, I would, in case, just to be safe, I don't think he will spawn. If you're in a party, he will definitely not spawn in this room. Like pretty sure, like at least 85% sure. But still be on your lookout, because I'm not a developer, so what I'm saying could be wrong. I'm just speaking out of own experience. But what I would like to do if you're in a solo party, you tap forward until you open the door, and then you run back and enter the fridge, because fridge is a locker and you can enter the fridge, which is very useful. And if you hear anything, you just stay until it's gone. If you don't hear anything, just move forward. Now you can hear the music already. This is what I mean with a checkpoint. But be on your lookout, because A120, A60 can still spawn in these type of rooms when there's a hole in the wall to go back to the doors. Hotel. So be on your lookout. Don't get ahead of yourself. Absolutely do not get ahead of yourself, because they will have a chance to spawn in these rooms that you are in the hotel place. I'm not sure if you can sit in this corner and avoid the encounters to survive. Never actually tried, but I would not recommend it. Absolutely not. I'm now going back to Hotel Plus to go die, I guess. Now we are back in the infirmary. That's what always happens when you're going to the hotel. So now I'm just gonna oof. Waiting for some entities. I actually want to die. How do I want to die? There we go. This is how I want to die. I love dying to seek. Did it not change to 8 doors, or am I just like crazy now? Let's die to the fire. I didn't die to the fire. Hey, Seek. Let me go over to some other things that I would recommend during the run that has nothing, not particularly anything to do with entities or whatever, but it's like maybe some things if you're dealing with like motivation for issues in case of going to A-1000. Now let's get over to some other stuff that I would recommend. Doors, the rooms indoors can get really boring. Like you have to open 1,000 rooms of the same rooms and doors. So this is what I did to not get bored quickly. Like it's more easy to play in a solo game. Playing in a party is also recommended, I guess, to not get bored quickly. Or just play in a solo game while you're in a Discord call, I guess. But think through a couple things that I needed to notify when you're doing this. When you're in a party, communicate really good. Communicate with your team members or with your party members, like which locker you're gonna go. If you want to play with randoms, I wish you the best of luck. I do not recommend playing with randoms at all, like unless the randoms are experienced with doors. If they're not, then I wish you the best of luck, because that's gonna be a disaster. But yeah, when you're playing with friends that they know how to play doors, just communicate which locker you're gonna go in, and communicate when you're gonna open the door and how you're gonna open the door, and when you're gonna jump in the locker, and when the entities are spawning, which entities are spawning, for example, what you're gonna do. Like just talk. Very important to talk about what you're gonna do. Like I know it sounds very ridiculous right now to talk, like to say that you need to talk. Like, but it's very important, because these entities there's like no flickering lights, there are only sound cues that you can go off of. Like there's nothing else. You can only go off of sound cues and the A90 that pops up in your screen. A90 always pops up for the same screen at the same time for everyone, by the way. That's a thing. So that's why I always have a feeling that the game completely freezes when E encounters, but just communicate. It's very important to communicate when you're in a party. Like, recommend talk. When you're in a solo game, however, just have a keybind that you're able to use so that you can instant deafen yourself in case you're hearing something but you can't hear it because they're speaking too loudly, you know what I mean? If you're just in a call with people that are loud, then you need a key to deafen yourself, or just put them very low, like 60-50%. It's very important to listen to the sound cues. Like, you need to listen very carefully to these sound cues. They're very important. So that's why I would recommend putting them to low decibels. Is it called dB? I don't know. Low audio at least. That's what I would recommend as well. Other stuff I would recommend, maybe listen to music, to like very quiet music if you're playing alone and you have no friends that are online at the moment, or have no friends in general. That's okay too. You know, it happens. We're here for you either way. We love you, okay? You don't need friends if you have music, you know what I mean? When you're listening to music in the rooms, I advise you to lower it down so that it doesn't overcrowd the ambience in the game. Just listen to it as like background music, not as the main source of audio in your game. Another thing that I would recommend on playing this game is just have fun. Just try to have as much fun as possible. Like, try to just have fun as much as possible. Like, when you're in a party, just say random stuff that, like, doesn't, like, really matter, but still is funny somehow, you know what I mean? Just do random stuff here. I'll show some examples with some clips.
Gaan we weer?
Jonas.
We good.
Jonas.
We good. Niet jinxen. Laatste kamer. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Je kan hier nog steeds A-90 krijgen trouwens. Laten we... Heb je het opgepakt?
Ja. I don't give a shit. Ik heb de achievement. I don't give a fucking shit.
Jonas!
Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that all the topics that I went over on this video was useful and I was able to help you by getting to door A-1000 by this guide. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot. Also, there's a unpopular opinion. So I think the next floor that's gonna be added is not gonna be floor 2. Because if you think about it, if you look back on the cutscene, on the end cutscene of Doors, like figure falls on the room, and that's floor 2 probably, if you make sense. But you do not stop where the place where figure falls when he's plugging out the cords of the elevator. You go furthermore down instead of stopping where the place figure falls. So I think it's gonna be something below like floor 3 or lower than floor 3. And I think that's gonna be like the next floor maybe. I know it doesn't make sense to go from floor 1 to floor 3. Figure falls on floor 2 and you go down because you do not stop on floor 2 where figure is falling. So I think it's like more maybe 3 or lower than 3. I don't know, I could also be dead wrong, but you know, it's just like a fun little opinion to think about. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Let's go to like miscellaneous. No, that's not a way to say that. Hang on, let me Google Translate. I'm gonna just say it like this. Never mind. This is just a room with one locker. Usually doesn't spawn. A60 and A120 usually don't spawn in these type of rooms. That would have been funny if he just spawned. So be right back. I'll be right there in a minute. Waarom ga ik onder het bed? When you are running away for it, when you're running away from A60 or A90, there's a pretty big chance oh, God fucking damn it. If there's a pretty big chance, oh my god, I can't. A60, let's go first. Let's first start first things first. Screw you, Screech. I hate you. Buddy! Didn't even let know of his presence. What the heck? At all. Just wait until it's gone and then jump into a locker. Because when you do get encountered by him, and you do manage to get moved, and dude. If he dude, nice. Like, this is what I mean. There's always, a lot of the times, these type of rooms are after the bridge. Which is terrible, because gast, alsjeblieft. That if you are walking forward, and if you are in a room where A60 is in a room, and you